Hi again, welcome back to Sika. So today let's make cosmic brownie. It's one of those simple recipes that you're going to make it over and over again. It tastes super delicious and with very basic minimal ingredients, and it tastes just like the cosmic brownie from the box, but even better than that because it's a bit less sweeter than the ones in the box. So let's get started. I have few basic ingredients into our list. So we have some flour, which is about taking 1 cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and I'm using an entire can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, and some confectionery confettis to have them sprinkled on the top. And this is 1 cup of flour. And butter, I'm using about 1 stick, which is about half a cup, or you can say 113 grams if you want to measure it, you want to weigh it. So this is 1 cup of flour, and I'm using cocoa powder, which is half a cup of cocoa powder. I'm using Dutch cocoa powder and a pinch of salt to bring all of these ingredients together. And besides that, I'm going to use half a teaspoon of coffee powder. So let's get started. I'm melting this butter in a nice heavy bottom pan on a very low flame. So make sure your flame on the stove is very low, because we want to melt the butter as low as possible so the water content in the butter is melted and we're just left with the delicious flavor of the butter, the browned butter, and that's why we want the temperature to be very low. And once the butter, all the water molecules have melted, let's add half a cup of cocoa powder and make sure to mix well. At this point, I haven't changed the temperature at all. We want the cocoa powder to just a little bit get heated up with the butter. That's what we're looking. We're not looking to cook the cocoa powder. And once it is starting to bubble, we are ready to add our condensed milk. I'm using sweetened condensed milk, and I'm using an entire can of it, and I haven't still turned the stove off. After I'm adding all of the condensed milk into the cocoa mixture, I'm going to switch off the flame and then I'm just going to keep mixing things up without the heat. So once this is mixed well, you can see how it is starting to thicken, and we're pretty much done with this, and we're going to switch off the flame at this point. This is the consistency we're looking for. And now we're going to add powdered sugar, which is about 1 cup. Yes, the powdered sugar is not going to make this very sweet, so make sure to add powdered sugar. So it's slowly starting to thicken up, and I have switched off my flame completely. It's just with the heat that is there, I'm just mixing things up. So I added 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract to this mixture. It's going to give a nice vanilla flavor to our cosmic brownie. And this is half a teaspoon of instant coffee mix. And if you do not want to add coffee powder, you can just skip that. And I'm using 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, just 1 egg yolk. So it's 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, and give it a good stir. At this point, the temperature of our mixture should have gone a little lower, and you have to mix really quick because the egg will become scrambled. So make sure to mix very fast, and the temperature is not very cold. And once it's mixed well, I'm adding the flour into our mixture. I'm going to switch my whisk through to a spatula. It's difficult for me to mix. Let me just take this off, and I'm going to use my spatula here. This is easier to mix, so you can use a spatula from the beginning, or a whisk. It was easy for me to mix with the spatula at this point as it was getting thicker. So when this is what the consistency is going to look like when you are completely mixed with all of the ingredients. I'm going to line my baking sheet with parchment paper. You can use a flat pan sheet to bake, or something with a little bit higher walls, whatever is your preference. When you do it in the sheet pan, it's going to look just like in the stores, but today I'm just using a raised pan to bake. And for the ganache, I'm using 1 cup of chocolate chip to 1 cup of heavy cream and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm just going to heat up the heavy cream. Make sure not to boil the heavy cream, just heat up. When the temperature starts to raise, switch off the flame immediately. Yes, this is how it's going to look, and it's done. I'm not adding any sugar to this, so let's save this up. I've put my the brownie mix into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20, not more than 15 to 20 minutes, because we want it nice and gooey. So once the brownie is cold, or allow it to cool, when it comes to the room temperature, we'll add our ganache onto the brownies and finish off with the sprinkles on top. So allow this to completely cool, because the chocolate is still a little liquidy. So we'll cool it for another 30 minutes and it's ready for us to enjoy. That's why I had the butter paper, so it's easy for us to remove from the sheet, from the pan. So I made it a little thicker than what you get it in the store, but if you want it thin like just in the store, you can use a sheet pan to bake it. With the parchment paper, it's going to come out just. So this is our finished product, and it's really delicious, and believe me, it's not sweet at all. And what can go wrong with enjoying this delicious homemade treat? And thanks for watching, Usika. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, do like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And there's a piece of music in the end for you to enjoy. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.